Good morning, everyone. We're on the way up to Dollywood. We decided to stop off for a little taste of Americana here at the Santa's Land Fun Park and Zoo in what looks to be an adorable little roadside attraction style place. Molly's here.
Hi.
This is a place I dragged her to, so she has to put up with this. But I want to start off with the entrance because it is something out of the 50s. Obviously, the thing is 50 years old, so it feels very much old school. And even check out the parking lot. Look how adorable this is. The parking spaces are even adorable here. All right, let's go to Santa Land. So to be real, the big reason why we're here is roller coaster credit whoring, and they do have a Zamperla powered coaster, the Rudy coaster, which is of course shaped like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And it's actually a decent sized ride for a tiny commercial. Down at the end of the Santa Land down here is what they call Funland, which is home to their amusement ride section. And doesn't have all the Santa theming that goes along with a lot of the park, but it does have, a lot of rides. And for me, it's got a lot of historical type rides. These are not rides that you would find in a lot of places. Now, the roller coaster does seem a bit more modern, and I went on. I had to get my roller coaster credit. One of the 3 rides we went on here today at the park. And I do love the theming. Theming's great. Really cool coaster train. Was surprised they looked like a baby ride, like a handheld infant ride, and I was like, "Whoa, that's something you don't see at Universal Studios and Busch Gardens that we're used to back in Orlando." Some of the rides here, you got a classic carousel type ride, which I feel like you have to have at a Santaland style park. Of course, it's got to be playing Christmas carols. You can see here the marquee for the famous Rudy coaster. And then this is actually really, really cute. They have just little helicopters where the kids would press one of these levers there to make the helicopters go up and down. Again, I like that a lot of these like kid style rides are truly something right out of like the 1950s. And with it being the vintage style park, they have these great old school themed trash cans. So it's great. It's really like an interesting kind of place because it's like you're taking a trip back in time for the most part between the playgrounds and the rides and things like that. In the clown, put in the clown's mouth, trash in the clown's mouth, kid. Over here, just more little kids rides. You got another guy over here. See, I love these things. That's really cool, and it's just neat, little tiny boats. And then, of course, a classic theme park staple is the old-timey Ferris wheel, which, if you haven't been on these, they are a ton of fun. They're wonderful little rides. I see them at county fairs and things like that. And they're not something you see at a lot of places anymore, but they're pretty fun. I like those rides quite a bit. Over here at the end, you have some sort of garden exhibit and little boats. And I believe there's another ride or two that we're just going to catch up in just a moment. In Santa's Land, one of their big attractions, they have a train ride that goes around the entire park. And if you want to see what the train ride looks like, click the link above for a full video of that ride. Alright guys, so Santa Land has come to a first for me. I am in a paddle boat, and there's monkeys, and a large amount of fish swimming right nearby. This is definitely an experience of some type, as all these fish come towards my paddle boat. But the cool part is there's monkeys. Look at him doing monkey stuff over there. Where's he going? Where you going, monkey? Just scratching his monkey leg. So there's 2 different monkey enclosures, and you get to go around on a paddle boat. This is definitely very, very different. This is something I could say I've never done in a theme park. So kudos to Santa Land for that. On the downside, paddle boats are really, really hot. It's pretty warm in this lagoon. I think I need to go get me a slushie or something. The last ride in the park here is a very, 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 very old-looking little kids' car ride. Snazzy looking though. I will say this about the park: it's a very old park, but everything is in good shape. Like everything's painted and everything's running, and the pathways are very clean. The park is actually in a really, really fantastic condition for being so old. A lot of places like these kind of roadside America places you come to, or storybook land places, they'll be kind of run down. Not the case here at Santa Land. It's actually in really good condition. So here we are inside Santa Land, and the park is home to a lot of these giant statue-like things. You've got over here, you've got a kangaroo that we saw people hopping inside of the pouch to take pictures in earlier. You've got an igloo with a polar bear. My personal favorite is this giant creepy rabbit. Also, not exactly sure what a giant creepy rabbit has to do
because the Easter Bunny and Santa are friends.
And then there's like a, I don't know, some sort of rat thing coming out there. But he's like 20 feet tall too. It's a very, very tall thing. And it's actually neat. Through the park itself, there's a lot of these like little tiny bridges, and there's a couple of streams that run through the entire park. So that's actually pretty nice. More photo ops over here. You've got a Santa's sleigh, a house where of course, the man himself is, and you can go take your picture with Santa. A wishing well. Over here, you've got a big snowman smoking a pipe. So one thing I actually quite enjoyed here at the park, throughout the entire park, they have like old-timey playgrounds, like stuff they would never build nowadays, never would have built in 20 years, like this guy here, where you hop on and you rock back and forth. And then one for like, and even like the design of the characters is just adorable too. You know, you've got pelicans and lions and rams and bunnies. And Molly's gonna go over there and ride that pink elephant.
Oh, am I?
You are. I'm not sure how well this works with adults.
Not very well.
You're supposed to rock back and forth.
I can't.
Up, nope, up.
Not do that.
Also, another old school playground thing. How much fun are these things when you used to have these in the playground? I know they don't have them anymore, but dude, these things, you can get crazy injured on those things.
My
also
sister
a ton of fun. Your sister got injured?
My sister leg got trapped and broke her leg.
Yeah, that's
underneath.
Mm-hmm. And then even things like this, you got like an old timey slide. Check that out. We're going down. We're going down? I think we're going down. Okay.
I think this one will work much better.
Yay! And I stopped. Right here. For some reason, there's a salute to the troops, and a church, and a fire department. These three things don't really seem like they would go together, but they're all in a row. And that's just a ton of fun. So over here at the fire department, it makes noise randomly, like every couple minutes like that. Interesting. All right, so I'm so happy. The kids are finally gone, and I get to play on this thing. You know, this was exactly how much fun as it looked. And I didn't fall into this river yet. Yeah! So the park is home to a couple different buildings that look like this. And they're interesting and very much an old school storybook land style park kind of thing. It's sort of reminiscent to the Knott's Peak Inns. But let's go see what's checking out with the Christmas Carol. And some of these are actually kind of creepy as you walk through the darkness. And you get through in the building. And this is it. It's just like a little, they don't move. It's just wax figures of the Christmas Carol. Also, I will say, best version of the Christmas Carol is the Muppets Christmas Carol. Nothing else even comes close. They're Marley and Marley. Ooh. Another one of these. Gotta go check this out. All right, penguins. Let's see, what are they doing? This guy's he's got a wheelbarrow. This one's wearing glasses. That one has a towel for some reason. And this one's fishing. Oh, you know this is gonna be good. The Elves Bunkhouse animated. Okay, here we go. This one looks a little bit bigger than some of these. The Elves, here we go. Oh wow. Yes, this is something. Look at this, how creepy this guy is. And oh my goodness, it's like nightmare inducing here. Oh my. Oh, look at this thing. Oh, weird. Okay, that might be the creepiest thing. There's a teddy bear just rocking back and forth in the corner. Like Bray Wyatt? Weird. It looks like we made it to the last peek-in, and let's see what we got in this one. Alright. Looks like a weird reindeer type thing holding a broom. And then, oh, that's not good. That is a broken-necked reindeer. That's nightmare-inducing for small children right there. Over here by the gristmill, you've got this sweet peeing frog statue. Or pooping frog, I think it's pooping. Yeah, they must have had some bad lunch. Candy Mountain? Don't mind if I do. Alright, so I'm clearly on the very tiny steps of Candy Mountain. And up, here we go. Not the best footing here at Candy Mountain. Alright, you go, there's a bridge. You see the gristmill over there. Ah, this is terrific. To exit Candy Mountain, it looks like there's this giant evil tree mouth. Oh, look how creepy this thing is. So you've got to crawl through the mouth and down this slide. I don't know if I could fit down this slide. Like, I think I could probably fit down the slide. Okay, I think I'm gonna do this. Okay. This is not easy. You know, this would be a lot simpler if I was not holding the camera. Oh, good. Okay, I'm out of the... Okay. There's room between the tree and the slide. I just sat on my balls. All right, here we go. And the slide, you don't really move. This is highly disappointing. This is something else. Okay, well, and that was Candy Mountain. All right, so I love here at Santaland, you get to feed the animals, which is cool. A lot of zoos don't have you do that. So I just deposited my quarter, and I've got a big handful of feed. And now I'm gonna feed these adorable. Look how happy he is. It's a very hungry sheep. I want to feed the sheep. Go away, goat. There, nope. Yeah, there you go. You're. See, look at this. Look how neat you are. He's got a very soft mouth. Oh, look how cute you are. Sorry, I only fed your friend. So if you watch the Wild Adventures video, you know I love coatimundis, and they have coatimundis. And look at him, he's climbing on the fence. Look at him high. He's sticking his little nose through the fence. Look at how cute that is. Oh, this guy is... Oh, he's got skills. Oh, so cool. So obviously the most surprising animal they have here at Santaland, they have a serval. They're small kind of cats from Africa. And they're really, really neat animals if you haven't seen them. They have them, some zoos have them, some don't. I know I see one all the time at Busch Gardens in Tampa, but really, really neat animals. This is another one that's interesting to me, and you're lucky this is not smell-o-vision, because these guys, they kind of stink. And they make hilarious noises. And that's the Russian hogs. Look at the size of these guys.
Look how hairy they are.
This is an interesting animal. All right, this is probably the cutest one. They've got bear cubs, like little, I guess they're probably black bears. I think that's what are in the Smokies. And they're here playing and taking a bath. Look at the cuteness. Look at the cuteness of bears playing in a little bathtub. All right, so the bears are cool. But what's even cool here, much like we got to feed the rams and the goats earlier, well, it looks like we do the same thing at the bears over here. So I'm gonna have Molly here put a quarter in the slot and get some bear food. And I wonder if these bears are I wonder if they're hungry and they're gonna come over right away once they hear the noise. Or this one doesn't work.
Yeah, let's go. I'm gonna go to the other one.
Uh-oh, it's feeding time. Look, here comes the bear. Here comes the bear. It's a little baby bear. Could you see his little bear?
You can hear him.
You could hear him through the tube?
Hold on.
Okay.
You can hear his chewing. He's not interested.
Is he full? Definitely not the most educational of zoos and habitats with things like this, But super fun. You got to feed a bear. Can't say you do that every day. Look how tiny he is too. Oh, I think he wants more, Molly. I think he wants more.
There's more in there.
You're right, you could hear his little mouth eating. Look at it, there it is. There it is, a little mouth, little bear mouth. Oh, that's cool. Hey, how you guys doing? Bye. Santa's deer barn? I wonder what's in here. Oh, look at that, deers.
Flubber. Here's Flubber.
Oh, they're pretty little ones.
Ooh, noses.
Mommy's over here getting food, I think.
Yep, that's a whole bunch of deers. Hey, you're from a different holiday. What are you doing here? Hanging out here next to these rams. Oh, this guy's looking right at me. So we're now over here by the honey badger, which is very popular on the internet. And here he comes. He's very happy because you get to feed him like a lot of the animals. You got to feed him some more, Molly. I think you lost it. Oh no, now he's wandering away.
It's a train.
Ah, he's distracted by the train. Oh no, come back, honey badger. Drop it, drop it, drop it. Here he comes, yay! We got to see him rolling around earlier. And these are really cool animals. This is one you never see in zoos. And probably because they're super vicious. But this guy, he just looks adorable.
Over
And you
here's
get to feed
an
him.
ocelot.
That's not an ocelot.
No, it's a badger.
This is actually an interesting animal. They're like little cows. They're not big cows. And they're actually very pretty looking. This is kind of cool. He's wiggling his ears. So I haven't seen it all day, but they've got another goat exhibit over here. But what I really wanted to see was they could climb up here, and then the goats could go like on a suspension bridge to get to the other pen. How cool would that be to see a goat walking across there right above you? And I guess the goats could probably escape that way too, if they wanted to. I'd assume, because they could just jump right on you. Didn't get to see that today, but that would have been cool. More of their adorable souvenir cups and stuff here. Look at how cute. Super, super cute. You know, most theme parks, you have to do this at the end of every ride, but not about any times do they have signs that say, you must leave through gift shop. Penguins.
There we go.
Merchandise game strong. They even have a t-shirt for their roller coaster. If you're a little kid, you get that. So I had to pick this up. A classic old school style pennant from an old classic style park. This is going to look great in one of my closets. So that's it. That's all from Santaland as we sit here in Santa's sleigh. Overall, I had fun. This is exactly what I wanted this place to be. You know, a cheesy trip back in time to like the 1950s, 1960s, Storybook Land era places. I actually really enjoyed it. It was like $25 to get in. You got a couple of bucks off with AAA. So it was, borderline. Is it worth the price? I don't know. For one time, especially if you have kids, it might be worth it. I enjoyed myself. It was what I wanted as a theme park historian. And even at the zoo, they had some really cool animals. Got to see the baby bears and the coatimundis and the honey badger, those giant hogs. It was neat. I got a coaster credit up to $438. And Molly got to sit in Santa Fe. Molly, what were your thoughts here?
It was good. Really, very cute for kids. Especially a good stop if you are driving a long distance. A good midday stop. Very cute. I would recommend it.
Yeah, I loved all the old-timey playground stuff, the Peekins. It was a very, very unique place, and I approve. I had fun. Hopefully you liked this video. If you have any questions about Santa's Land, just put it in the comment section, and I'll try my best to get back to you with the answer. All right, guys, be sure to subscribe to all of our other videos, because we do tons of videos from all theme parks and attractions across the country showing you if we think it's cool, we'll show it to you, and you might think it's cool as well. Until the next time, this is the Legend signing off for In the Loop.